students, welcome to lecture 4 on the chapter electromagnetic induction. Students, in lecture number 3, we studied about motional EMF and energy conservation in motional EMF. In this lecture, we are going to discuss on eddy current and its applications, and then we'll be discussing on inductance, and then finally we discuss on self-inductance. Okay, now let us discuss all these points one by one. Eddy currents. Okay, in chapter number 3, that is current electricity, you have studied about currents, right? What is current? The rate of flow of charge is called current. Eddy current. Okay, here the currents are produced in bulk piece of metal when it is subjected to a changing magnetic flux are called eddy currents. Okay, now let us see the definition. The circulating currents induced in bulk piece of metal conductors when subjected to changing magnetic flux is called as eddy currents. Okay, I have shown a diagram here, and this is water eddy currents. Okay, there is a circulating motion of water at this point. Okay, at this point, okay, such kind of motion is called as eddy. It is called as eddy. Hence, when a bulk piece of metal conductor is subjected to a changing magnetic flux, the current produced in the metal is circulating. Hence, that current is called as eddy current. Okay, these currents resemble swirling eddy in water. Hence, the name is given as eddy currents. Okay, this effect was discovered by physicist called Foucault. Hence, even these currents are called as Foucault current. The direction of eddy current is given by Lenz's law. Okay, that we have discussed in previous lecture. Okay, now let us understand eddy currents by experimental demonstration. Okay, we have a picture here. The arrangement of electromagnet and a metal plate is suspended in between poles of the electromagnet, and the plane of the metal plate is perpendicular to magnetic field. And initially, when magnetic field is off, the metal plate is allowed to oscillate between the poles of the electromagnets. It is found that the oscillations will be there for longer time. However, when electromagnet is switched on, that means when magnetic field is on, the metal plate is set into oscillations, and it is found that the metal plate comes to rest within a short interval of time. Okay, we will see why it comes to rest within a short interval of time. Okay, when electromagnet is switched on, the plate oscillates in a strong magnetic field, and due to this, there is continuous change in magnetic flux linked with the plate, and due to this continuous change in the magnetic flux linked with the plate, eddy currents are set up in the body of the metal plate. See here, this metal plate oscillates across the magnetic field. Okay, when this metal plate is at this point, it is outside the field, and when it starts moving towards this side, then it is entering into the magnetic field. Therefore, by this we can say that there is increasing magnetic flux linked with metal plate. At this end, it is leaving the magnetic field. By this we can say that there is a decrease in the magnetic flux linked with the metal plate. And due to this, eddy currents are induced in the body of the metal plate. And these eddy currents tends to oppose the motion of the metal plate in magnetic field, and finally it brings metal plate to rest. This kind of opposition offered by the eddy currents to the motion of a system is called electromagnetic damping. Okay, this is a small demonstration for eddy currents. And you can minimize this by taking or by reducing the area of the metal plate by making holes at some points in the plane of the metal plates. Okay, it is another way. And we can reduce this one by laminating the metal plate. Okay, now let us discuss few applications of eddy currents. Okay, there are both advantages and disadvantages of eddy currents. Okay, let us see the advantages of eddy currents. Okay, we will discuss few applications. First one, magnetic braking in trains. Okay, we have a picture here with a train, and this is electromagnetic train. A strong electromagnet is attached to an axle, and due to the relative motion of the magnet and the rails, eddy currents are produced in the rails, and these eddy currents oppose the relative motion of the train and brings the train to rest. As there is no mechanical linkage, the braking will be smooth. Okay, this is first application. Second one, electromagnetic damping. Okay, this is a galvanometer, and there is a core here with non-metallic material used. When the coil oscillates, the eddy currents are generated in the core, and these eddy currents oppose the oscillation of the needle and bring the coil quickly to rest. Okay, it is another application. Third one, electromagnetic furnace. Okay, this is electromagnetic or induction furnace. Okay, it is used to melt the metals at a high temperature to prepare alloy. Okay, it is based on heating effect of eddy currents. Okay, can you see this? The eddy currents are induced here, and a metal is placed inside this furnace, and this is heated at a high temperature, and this metal is melted. A high frequency alternating current passes through the coil. It passes through the coil which surrounds the metal to be melted. The eddy currents generated in the metal produce high temperature sufficient to melt the metal. Okay, this is another application of eddy current. Fourth one, electric power meters. Okay, everyone is familiar with this. I hope everyone has seen this one. Okay, let us see how eddy current is applied in this meter. Can you see a rotating shiny disc in electrical power meter? Okay, it is here. Okay, this is rotating shiny disc, and it rotates. When it rotates, it produces eddy current, and these eddy currents are induced in the disc by magnetic field produced by sinusoidal varying current in a coil. Okay, it is another application of eddy currents. Okay, likewise we have many applications. Okay, fifth one is induction motor. Even induction motor, when induction motor works, and eddy currents are produced. And last one is speedometer. Okay, in all the vehicles there will be speedometer. Even that speedometer works on eddy currents. Okay, these are the few applications of eddy currents. Inductance. The phenomena by which an electric current can be induced in a coil by the flux change produced by another coil in its vicinity or flux change produced by the same coil is called induction. See, the EMF or a current is induced in the coil due to the change in magnetic flux produced by another coil, or due to the change of magnetic flux produced by the same coil is called inductance. The flux through a coil is directly proportional to current. See, if the flux increases, current induced also increases. Okay, therefore, we can show that phi E is proportional to I. Suppose if a closely wound coil has n number of turns, The same magnetic flux is linked with all the turns. When the flux through the coil changes, each turn contributes to induced EMF. Therefore, we can show that N into phi is proportional to I. Okay, when you remove this proportional sign and we have to put some proportional constant, and that proportional constant is called inductance. Suppose if the geometry of the coil does not change with time, then we can show that d phi by dt is proportional to di by dt. Okay, now we have a few points, very important points. First point, inductance is a scalar quantity. Okay, it is a scalar quantity. That means it does not depend on direction. It depends only on the magnitude. Second note is its dimensional formula is m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 2 and A to the power of minus 2. SI unit of inductance is Henry. It depends only on geometry of the coil and intrinsic material property. Okay, these are the some important points related with inductance. Okay, here we are going to discuss two types of inductance. One is self-inductance and other one is mutual inductance. Self-inductance. The phenomena in which an EMF is induced in a coil due to a change in magnetic flux through a coil as a result of variation of current in the same coil is called self-inductance. Okay, this is the phenomena in which an EMF is induced in the coil due to the change in magnetic flux through the coil as a result of changing current or variation of current in the same coil is called self-inductance. Okay, can you see this diagram? Okay, this is a coil and it is connected to a battery with a tap key. Okay, when you close the key, okay, during make of key, that means when you close the key, the current will not suddenly increase to maximum value. The current will not increase or will not increase instantaneously. It takes certain time. Okay, when it is reaching from, when it changes from minimum to maximum, then there is a increase in the magnetic field. If there is an increase in the magnetic field, even there is increase in the magnetic flux linked with the coil, and this phenomena is called self-induction. Now let us give the expression for coefficient of self-induction or self-inductance. Okay, let phi b be the magnetic flux linked with the coil when a current I flows through it. Then phi b is proportional to I. Okay, when you remove this proportional sign, then we are putting some proportional constant, then we get phi b is equal to L into I, where L is proportional constant called self-induction or self-inductance of a coil. Okay, here L is called as self-inductance or self-induction of a coil. Okay, now if current flowing through the coil is unity or if it is unit current, then self-inductance L is equal to phi. That means self-inductance is equal to magnetic flux linked with the coil. Then we can define self-inductance as the self-inductance of a coil is numerically equal to the magnetic flux linked with the coil when unit current flows through it. Okay, we have another equation. The EMF induced in the coil is given by E equal to minus d phi by dt, that is equal to minus d of L into I divided by dt. Okay, here we are substituting the value of 5 and we get minus L into di by dt. If di by dt is equal to 1, the rate of change of current is equal to unity, then self-inductance is equal to magnitude of induced EMF. Okay, this we can say it as the self-inductance of a coil is equal to the EMF induced in the coil when the rate of change of current is equal to unity. Next, the SI unit of self-inductance is Henry. Now let us define 1 Henry. If induced EMF is equal to 1 volt and rate of change of current is equal to 1 ampere per second, then self-inductance is said to be 1 Henry, that is L equal to 1 H. Okay, by statement we can say that the self-inductance of a coil is said to be 1 Henry if 1 volt of EMF is induced in the coil when the current in the coil changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second. See, the inductance of a coil is said to be 1 Henry if 1 volt of EMF is induced in the coil when the current in the coil changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second. Okay, this is the definition of 1 Henry. Self-inductance of a solenoid. Okay, as you know, the solenoid is a coil wounded with large number of turns. Okay, now let us find the self-inductance of a solenoid. Okay, this is a solenoid, a long solenoid, and L is the length of the solenoid, A is the cross-sectional area, and small n is the number of turns per unit length, capital N number of turns for a given length. Okay, small n is number of turns per unit length and capital N is total number of turns for a given length. Okay, when the key is closed, then current starts flowing through this, and due to this, the magnetic field due to current I flowing in the solenoid is given by, okay, already this we have studied, B equal to mu naught N into I. Okay, this is the magnetic field produced in the solenoid, and total magnetic flux linked with the solenoid is given by phi is equal to N into B into A. N into B into A. Here N is total number of turns, B is magnetic field, and A is area. And further this equation we can write it as phi is equal to N into L into mu naught into N into I into A. That is equal to mu naught N square into A into L into I. Okay, let this equation be 1. But we have phi is equal to L into I. Okay, from the definition of self-inductance, we can write the expression for flux, that is flux is equal to L into I, and we have another equation, that is phi is equal to mu naught N square into A into L into I. Now from equation number 1 and 2, we get L into I is equal to mu naught into N square into A into L into I. Okay, I and I will get cancelled on both sides, and finally we get L is equal to mu naught N square A into L. Okay, this is the expression of self-inductance of a solenoid. Suppose if a metal core is inserted in the solenoid of relative permeability mu r, then self-inductance of a solenoid is given by L equal to mu r into mu naught into N square into A into L. Okay, this is the expression for self-inductance of a solenoid when a metal core is inserted in the solenoid. Okay, by this we can make few points. See here, the self-inductance of a solenoid depends upon the geometry of the solenoid. It depends upon area. It also depends on length of the solenoid, and it also depends on the intrinsic property of the material. Intrinsic property of the material. By this we can conclude that the self-inductance of a coil depends upon what? It depends upon the geometry of the coil, and it also depends upon the intrinsic property of the material of the coil. Physical significance of self-inductance. Okay, we'll see what is significance of self-inductance. Self-inductance is the electromagnetic analog of mass in mechanics. That means it is similar as mass in mechanics. Okay, we have studied about mass in mechanics. Mass is a measure of inertia which is responsible for slow down the change in mechanical motion of the body. Okay, this mass will reduce the motion of a body. Similarly, self-inductance slow downs the change in the current in the electrical circuit. Therefore, self-inductance can also be called as inertia of electricity. Okay, let me explain this. Okay, if you consider a coil, and if that coil is connected to a circuit, and when you close the key, the current will not increase instantaneously. It takes certain time to reach maximum value. Why it takes certain time? Because there is opposition by self-inductance. Hence, by this we can say that self-inductance is the inertia of electricity. The self-induced EMF also opposes the change in the current in the circuit, and therefore it is also called as back EMF. To overcome this back EMF, work should be done on this back EMF to establish the current in the circuit. Okay, this is the physical significance of self-inductance. Thank you, students, and we will be learning some more topics in the next lecture.